Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some underrated romances that are on Kindle Unlimited to share with you. So I've been using my Kindle Unlimited subscription like crazy this year so far, and I am a big reader on Kindle Unlimited, like outside of just 2023. I've read so many books. It is such a good subscription service for me. I use it all the time, and I think it's actually one of the best subscription services out there, I think, for reading indie romances at least. I had this idea to do this video, but I wanted to post it today when you're seeing this because a bunch of my friends are doing a Kindle Unlimited readathon. It started yesterday, January 26th, and it's going through the 29th. So my friends who are doing it, I have it on my phone right here, is Cheyenne at That Tall Book Girl, Sam from Sam Reads a Little, Jess from Honest Fiction, Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, Tiffany from Neverland Pixie or Tiff Talks Pages here on YouTube, and Melissa from Book Bar. They're doing this whole readathon this weekend, and I thought if you are looking for some recommendations, this video is for you. But these are some of the romances that I have read on Kindle Unlimited that I think are super underrated, and I think more people need to read them. So let's just go ahead and dive in. The first book is Fake Empire by C.W. Farnsworth. This one, I was blown away. I actually got this as a recommendation from Cheyenne. She talked about it, I forgot, in like a rec video at the end of last year, I think, and I picked it up and I'm obsessed. I have not found a book like this one, and I want to read more from this author. I want to read more books like this. So this book is a billionaire romance, and when I tell you that both characters are equal, they literally are equal. Our female character has her own money. Her family has their own money. She has her own company. She is killing it, being a boss-ass bitch, basically. And our main male character, his family also comes from money, and he has his own money. He has his own companies that he's doing, like his own projects and stuff like that. And they are forced into kind of like basically an arranged marriage between their families because anyone else is going to be below them and anyone else is going to come for them and come for their money. So marrying these two families together kind of holds the power. One of those books. I personally loved it. I think that dynamic between the two characters was so good, and I just enjoyed it. I am looking for more romances out there where both characters are equal like that. The only other one I can think of is the Anti-Heroes in Love duet. Like Elena and Dante both have their own things going on equally, and they're both powerful in different ways, and when they come together, it's explosive. It's the same thing with Fake Empire. I loved it. I'm obsessed. I thought it was a great billionaire romance if you're looking for that, or an arranged marriage romance, and I loved it. I just loved the dynamic. It was such a fun read, such a fun romance too, and I highly suggest that one if you, I think it's a little bit on the shorter side, so if you're wanting a shorter book, not like a 500-600 page Kindle Unlimited book, check this one out. The next one I have is actually a new to me author that I just read in January, and this is technically the second book in a series, but I personally think you can read them completely out of order, and that is Fractured Secrets by Haley Jenner. So I'm pretty sure Haley Jenner is like a duo. It's two women writing under this pen name. And I read the first book and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was more like an introduction to the world. It's like, okay, we want to dip our toe into this series that we want to create. Let's just like get something really quickly done and out there, like an introduction. And I thought it was a great introduction. This one is a mafia romance. It's a little bit on the longer side. It is a arranged marriage between the mafia boss and his best friend's sister that just comes into their lives. So she's been hiding away with her mom, who was married to someone in the mafia. She went away after her mother had an affair with a man that resulted in her being born, and she is back, and she is his best friend's like sister, half sister technically, and they're forced in this house together for a period of time to like kind of like keep her safe and keep her under wraps, and their romance and chemistry and the tension between them just grows and grows and grows, and it explodes. And I actually had a fun time reading this. If you're looking for a hero that has that protective, alpha hole, touch her and I'll kill you vibes, this is it. Enzo in this book is literally the epitome of that. Anyone who comes near her, speaks her name in any way, in a negative way, he's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cut out your tongue. I'm going to cut out your fingers so you can never touch her. I'm going to cut out your tongue so you never talk about her or talk to her. It's great. I loved it. It was a fun time. The next one I have is The Birthday List by Devney Perry. So Devney Perry has now put all of her books on Kindle Unlimited. And let me tell you, The Birthday List, well, this Mason Jar series, but The Birthday List is the first one. It is such an underrated like duet by her. I think it is probably one of her more emotional romances and more emotional series. So basically, this book starts off with our female character. She loses her husband, and he has this birthday list that every year on his birthday, he's added something to the list. I want to do blah, blah, blah by the time I turn 30. So after he dies and he's no longer here, she takes it upon herself to kind of go through this list and go through and complete everything. And she thinks it's going to give her some closure, that she can complete it all and then move it on. And in doing that birthday list, she meets our main male character, who comes into her life and shows her that maybe she can have another type of love again without forgetting her husband. And I found it beautiful. I listened to the audiobook, and the narrators do such an amazing job with the narration and having the emotions of the characters come through. So if you're looking for a book that's on Kindle Unlimited, that's a little bit more emotional, this one's for you. So good. Another one that I personally think is a little bit more emotional, but on the new adult side, is Requiem by Callie Hart. I've been talking about this nonstop. I'm not going to stop talking about it until a lot of people read it and tell me if I'm crazy, if I love it, like why I love it so much. But this is a kind of a bully romance, definitely enemies to lovers. Our female character, she goes to this school. It's kind of like a boarding school where people, like, you're in high school, they're 18, but they're like in their last year of high school and they can stay there. Like, they have dorms and stuff and they go to school. But she is going there because she is told that Theo, who is our hero in this, is responsible for killing her best friend in a car accident. And when she goes there, she finally meets Theo, and secrets are coming out, and things are not what she thought they were. And there are twists and turns, and I personally loved this book. That's really all I can say about it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I personally love this book, and I think that Callie Hart did a really good job with this, like, kind of new adult romance, and Theo is such book boyfriend material. The next book I have is Phantom by Greer Rivers. So this one I also read last year, and I think more people really need to read this book. It is a darker romance. It is more of a Phantom of the Opera reimagining. It's set in New Orleans. Our main female character, she has bipolar disorder, which the author herself does, and in the book, she says, in the author's note, she says that this character goes through things that she's gone through, so it's a direct representation of her journey with bipolar disorder. And you see her as this ballerina, like, performer for the opera. You see her in her dressing room, and it's kind of stalkerish. I would say stalkerish. The Phantom, forgot what his name is. Oh, it's not the Phantom, they call him something. Sal. His name's Solomon, I think, but they call him Sal. I think that's what his name is. I can't remember. Basically, he is watching her through like a little hole in her dressing room, not like in a creepy way, just to get to know her. And he finally, like, lets her know who she is. And I personally think this whole, like, mysterious aspect gives this, like, a sensual, like, I don't know, vibe. I don't know. The whole book is very, like, sensual, very, like, mysterious, trying to figure out who he is, what she's doing, what's going on with her, where she's going, where he's going, like, what's happening with the Phantom of the Opera, like with the theater thing. I personally enjoyed it. I also love that it takes place in New Orleans. So if you're looking for a darker romance that's on Kindle Unlimited, highly suggest this. If you can, order the paperback. The images in the chapters, like the chapter heading, are beautiful. I think the author did an amazing job with it, so definitely check out this one. The next book I have is a new adult hockey romance, and that is Offside by Avery Keelan. I'm not going to stop screaming about this book because I loved this book so much. Like I said, it is a new adult hockey romance. Our main male character, I think he's in his last year in school, if I'm not mistaken. But I love this because he plays for one team, and her brother and her ex-boyfriend play on another team, and she goes to college for their team. Like, she's in their college. So it's basically rival teams. When it's her ex-boyfriend, when they break up, everyone kind of like shuns her on the hockey team because they don't understand. Like, he said that they broke up for X, Y, and Z reasons. But it was really, like, his fault. He cheated or something like that. Or he just, like, doesn't want to be with her anymore. And everyone shuns her. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, she finds this kind of friendship in our main male character. I think Chase is his name. I wanted to say something else, but his name is Chase. And Bailey kind of finds this, like, friendship with him. And I adore it. It's, like, truly a friends to lovers. They go on hot chocolate dates. He takes her to the skating rink, like, where they practice when it's closed, and they just become so close, and it's adorable. She becomes friends with his friends, and I adored it. It's a little too long, in my opinion. It's like 500 pages or 550 pages, but I had such a good time with it. It was so romantic, and I personally adored it as a new adult romance. And if you're looking for that hockey romance with a friends to lovers, not enemies to lovers, check this one out because it's really, really good. The last one I have to recommend to you is Until You by Catherine Amara. This is another recommendation I got from Cheyenne. This is a brother's best friend romance, and I love the whole aspect because our female character, she is into technology. She's like a coder. I don't want to say hacker, but she can like code things and get in and stuff, like get into things. So I guess you can say it's kind of hacking, but she's very techie. She's all into the tech stuff. And she has a job working for a tech company, but she's in the sales department and they don't want to kind of promote her. She doesn't really have an experience, but she has this code name that she's working with this other person to try and like help people like underground work or whatever. But you come to find out that the other person is her brother's best friend, who she actually in real life has a crush on. So when he comes back into town, she finds her boyfriend cheating and her brother's like, just go away with him, with my best friend, go away with him back to California, started his company. He's going to give you a job, have a fresh new start, get away from here, because they're in Miami and he is in California. So there's this forced proximity thing where they're living together while she's getting on her feet, because obviously she doesn't have anything in California. So I personally loved it. I think that it was such an enjoyable read. It gives me a better taste of what Catherine Amara's writing is, so I cannot wait to read more from her. I think all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, but I really enjoyed this Brother's Best Friend. That was like, oh, I love that. I love the forbiddenness of all of that. So highly suggest this one. But that is all the underrated Kindle Unlimited romances I have to share with you. Drop me a pink heart emoji because I love pink hearts and my nails are pink today. That's just what we're going with. But thank you so much for watching. Also, make sure you let me know in the comments if you are participating in the Kindle Unlimited readathon. I won't be vlogging, but I'll be participating on Instagram, so definitely follow me over there. Make sure you follow all the hosts. I'll have them linked in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.